Hi, I'm Steve from 2Cat Media and welcome to another video. In fact, welcome to the channel in general. Welcome my friends. Now today I'm in Halzowen in the West Midlands in the UK and I'm at this farm grounds here. Hopefully I don't get kicked off. But I'm here and I'm going to head over that way, flying the Holystone 720E drone. Now today I'm going to be doing 3 flights, all in response to my last video where I'm going to be trying out, hopefully, the new OPHELIA Go updated app. Okay, so the first flight I'm going to be looking at is in response to the beginner's mode. Okay, so in the beginner's mode you have the little blue switch in the settings turned on and it gives you this like 15-meter bubble both upwards and outwards from your home point. So I'm going to try that out and just to see if I can actually get out of that bubble and just to see how safe it is. Should I hand the controller to a younger person or maybe a new person who's new to droning? Now the second flight is in response to the maximum distance on the new app. Now in the previous app, the settings for altitude, maximum altitude, the maximum return to home and the maximum distance could be toggled on and off, and if they were toggled on then you could set that value, and if they were toggled off it was unlimited, or at least unlimited as far as the specifications for the drone will go, or the transmitter. So the aim for flight number 2 is to whap it up to 200 meters and then see if what Holystone told me, where the live feed should cut out but the drone can still carry on. If it is true, then it's a bit counterproductive, because if you're in beginner's mode you've got your 15-meter bubble and you can't get out of it, presumably, then if you put it up further and further to build up your confidence and you can get out of it, then that could be a bit of a problem. But either way, we're going to test that out as well. Okay, and then flight number 3 is in response to this viewer or subscriber, hopefully subscriber, who reached out to me in the comments, which is a great thing, the comments as well. I've learned so much from it and answered so many questions, trying to help you guys out as best as I'm able to as a kind of intermediate / novice myself. And he's reached out to me and stated that in order to get maximum unlimited range, or at least within the specifications of the drone and the controller, if you turn off beginner's mode, that you then, if you don't move the bar on the maximum range, it will be unlimited as far as the specifications go. So the bar initially is white for the distance, and if you move it, start to move it, it goes blue, like he said, and it is true. So we're going to leave that bar in flight number 3 at 15 at the default, so it still stays white. And we'll also leave the altitude as well, and then we'll know when we go up past 15 meters if that's even a possibility. And the return to home, probably just set that at about 20-30 meters or so anyway, just for safety. So without further ado, let's get into it and flight number 1. Okay, so first of all I'm going to be doing the calibration, so let's just do these. So I'm going to start that calibration, and then we're going to do the other calibration, the gyro. Okay, so we're in 4K. We're recording on the screen. We're screen recording so you guys can see what the camera sees. I've put it on to, there we go, onto beginner's mode. So you can see there the maximum flight distance, the maximum flight altitude and return to home is 15 meters. So let's do that. Let's take off. Okay, GPS is on. There we go. Okay, we're already down to 3 bars in the battery. Okay, we're at a height of 3 meters, so let's go up. Okay, we're at 16 meters and we're pushing back up and we can't go any further. So now let's just yaw to the left slightly. There's a bit of lagginess on this actually. Okay, and now let's go forward. Okay, let's put it in high speed mode here. Okay, so the distance is at 20 meters there, but it won't go any further. So let's turn that around. Can we turn it around? Okay, so let's bring it back 15 meters. Okay, so once you get to the perimeter, the edge, it stops. It won't even let you yaw either. Here we go. Okay, I'm not liking this beginner's mode. I don't know if it's just me or not, but the drone doesn't feel particularly stable. So I'm going to do return to home now. So I'm literally trying to yaw it to the right, spin it to the right, and it's not turning. Let's just put it back onto low mode. Okay, so again, it's kind of not responding at certain times as well. Yeah, I'm not very impressed with this, in fairness. So I'm going to press return to home. That should go up to 15 meters, and then come back, and then we'll try test number 2. Okay, so now I'm going to take off the beginner's mode, and I'm going to set the max flight distance at 200 meters there. Let's confirm that. Let's take off. Okay, so let's go up in the air. So about 20 meters or so. 20, let's say 30 meters. Okay, so now let's go turn it a little bit. It's definitely responding here. I think it's to do with it's definitely responding. I think it's definitely to do with the beginner's mode. The screen though, the live feed is very laggy from what I'm seeing, but I am going to go forward now. Okay, so we're going to go forward so you guys can see that. Okay, we're at 71 meters. So let's just go forward a bit faster here. 150, 170, slow down a bit. Okay, we're at 200 here, and we're still going absolutely fine here as well. It's returning to home on its own. Okay, so I think that's down to low battery as well. Okay, so this is flight number 2. Now we're up at 38 meters. I've done the settings up to 200 meters maximum range. So let's just take it up to about 45 meters or so. Okay, and then we'll just go forward. The live feed is definitely very laggy, I have heard that. Okay, we're at 50 meters now. Okay, we're at 100 meters. Okay, 120 meters out now. 130, 140. I can still see it on the live feed, as you should be able to as well. But I'm going to try and put the 4K footage inside the window as well, so you get a better experience. Okay, we're at 200 now. Okay, so 220, and I am still getting quite laggy, as it has been from the start, but I'm still getting live feed as well. 240 meters, 250 meters. Okay, we're still getting, I'm at 290 meters. I'm just going to go full throttle now, forward. I'm still getting live feed at 365 meters, 400 meters, and now it's got no signal, so it's going to return to home as well. So that's fine. So about 400 meters, and then we lost signal as well. So it's going to return to home, hopefully. And it's reconnected, so that's good. It doesn't normally reconnect. I think it's because it's reconnected quite soon after the fact, so that's great. Let's just try and reconnect here to the Holy Stone. So as you can see there, we got about 400 meters on flight number 2 with live feed, although quite jerky at the time as well. So I'm quite happy with that. That proves really that the 200 meter thing isn't really a thing, unless the settings haven't changed. But I did put them on and I did confirm them as well. So let's just land this bad boy now, and we will try out the unlimited one that the viewer has spoken about. Okay, so I'm just going to stop recording and restart again. Okay, so I actually did record this just, but I forgot to press record on the actual drone itself. So I'm going to redo this test again. Now in the settings, I'm going to leave everything as it is, apart from the return to home altitude, which I'm going to leave at about 50 meters. Okay, and I'm going to leave everything else as it is. So in theory, this shouldn't go anything above 15 meters, but I believe it will, because it did just. So I'm going to confirm that. We're going to start the motors, and let's take off. So let's go straight up now. Let's get past that 15 meter mark. Okay, we're already at 20 meters, so so that's fine. So that must be unlimited. So let's get up to about 50 meters. Okay, 52 meters. Now let's just move forward. Okay, we're at 100 meters now. Okay, we're at 230 meters. So yeah, it is indeed unlimited anyway. So that's fine. So that's the best option, I believe, for the people who don't want to have beginner's mode on. Okay, we're at 290 meters. Should we do a bit of a range test, maybe? Okay, we're at 350 meters now. Okay, I think we've lost live feed, I think now around 462 meters, and we're still going at 530 meters. I'm going to take it up to about 60 meters in the air. Okay, I'm going to put it full on forward. So 600 meters, and the signal's lost. Okay, so let's just return to home. We've proven our point. We have that by not touching those values, that we can indeed have them as unlimited, or at least within the specifications as well. So I'm more than happy with that. So that's fine. So just enjoy your footage now. I'll have a little bit of a play around if I've got enough battery left. And thank you very much for watching. So in conclusion, what have we learned? So in flight number 1, beginner's mode, yeah, it does the job. It stays more or less within its 15 meter parameters in your bubble, and pretty good for younger people and also people with less experience. So that's a good starting point. You cannot kind of yaw or spin on its axis after a certain little range or height, but maybe that's a safety feature. So yeah, share your comments below about that. Okay, so flight number 2 was a bit pointless really, a bit of a non-entity, because flight number 3 knocked it out of the water. So thank you very much for that subscriber for sharing that information, and that is why it's so important to share and comment in the comments below, because there's people, even myself, from the creators all the way through to the viewers, you get to learn things, you know, you get to learn these little things. And I may have found out that information myself at some point, but maybe and definitely not as quick as I did. So thank you very, very much for that. It's much appreciated. So we have learned that, yeah, turn off your beginner's mode, set your return to home altitude to whatever you feel comfortable with, and also your altitude maximum as well. And also then just leave alone your maximum range, just leave it alone, don't touch it, and then you'll be able to fly past the 15 meters anyway, and just like it used to be able to before in the other app. So that's great. So thank you very much once again for that, viewer. Now also as well, the only little thing I've got, so I enjoyed flying the drone today, it still seemed a little bit off, and this is a brand new unit, don't forget. It may be because it's quite cold out, it was like, you know, 0 degrees, but so maybe that's why it did kind of veer off slightly. It was veering slightly when it was flying forward on one of the tests, or at least that's what it seemed to be doing. But the biggest problem for me was the fact that it was very laggy. The live feed was very laggy, you know, and I was trying to adjust the antennas and point it towards the drone as much as possible, but the live feed, even quite close, within like 20-30 meters, it is quite laggy as regards the live feed anyway. So that's a bit of a problem. I think there's definitely a problem with the app update, and I do believe that it could be better. So please, Holy Stone, or whoever makes the app, please kind of do an update for that app and kind of solve these problems for us. So with all that being said, if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a big warm thumbs up, and also, like I said, comment and share your experiences and your knowledge down below as well. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and then you too, my friend, can become part of the exclusive and elusive 2Cat Media community. Until the next video, stay safe and drone on.